Hello, my fellow Nigerians. My name is still Faduri Oluwadare Joseph, aka Father Joe, the former presidential aspirant on the Labour Party in the last concluded election. My message is both to Nigerian government and Nigerian people. It is so sad that more than 6 months, going to a year now, that we have a new government, the Emilokon government. Right now in our country, everybody is crying foul, and even those who supported the government now have no mouth to defend the government with the way things are going in our country. Our nation is a nation that has everything, but we lack everything to make it a better nation. We have leaders who lack a simple clue of how to run a country. And that is why we're here today, where we are today. More than 6 months of a government, the country is getting worse and worse by the day. There are some people who are still saying, okay, let's give the government 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Remember, the last 20 years, all we have been doing is giving government officials a year, 2 years, thinking things were going to get better. And a lot of time, it gets worse and worse by the day. A dollar today is $1,129. Few days ago, it was less than 1,000, and everybody was thinking, yes, government has gotten it right. There is no government in the world that can have a value for its currency when you have nothing to fight for that currency. I had wished Mr. President and his lawmakers had started by kickstarting this economy, by patronizing Nigerian-made cars, which will have produced 1 million jobs for Nigerian youth. And the Naira will have been able to compete with dollar and every other currency around the world. I'd imagine that the Aso Rock that was being renovated will have been done with Nigerian-made products instead of all imported. We import even the life we live in our country, and yet we want our nation to be better. There is no country in the world that is solely rely on importation and expect that that country will be better off in the long run. So if our nation must be better, it must be a nation where the leaders are looking inward and see how to create jobs, create productivity inside the country. This administration has borrowed so much money, and up till now, I don't think Nigerians have seen the money that this government has been borrowing. From borrowing to give to agriculture, from borrowing to buying cars, from borrowing to give 5 billion to every state. And up till now, there is no state that has account for those 5 billion that is given to them. Not even a single Nigerian has come out to see the 5,000 dividends that was given to every of those states. 5 billion naira given to those states to help its citizens. Palliative. Not a single Nigeria has been palliated since over 3 months that this money has been given out. We are where we are today because we have people in government that has no clue. And that is why if Nigeria as a country must move forward, then the citizens themselves has a role to play. This is what brings me down to the election that had just been concluded in Kogi, in Bayelsa, in Imo State. It was so sad that even the people of these states were seeing rigging elections for the same leaders who have brought us to where we are today. Or people that are crying every day of a bad government, they are the same people who are going out, collecting 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 to vote back into power. The same people that have made their life as worse as it is today. You now begin to wonder, is Nigerian people actually ready for a change in their country? Because if there must be a change in our country, there must be sacrifice. And the flippy excuses that an average Nigerian will give is that things are so poor, things are so bad, and that was why I collected the money. You have been collecting money for the last 20 years since 1999. How has your life been better than where it is today? To make matter worse, most of the INEC officials are educated Nigerians. And now even the educated Nigerians are collecting money and allowing election to be rigged under their nose. Now you begin to wonder, then, which country and which way are we heading to? A lot of time we blame INEC. for what is happening in our country, blaming INEC for election rigging. But INEC is just a body. Nigerian people that are working in the INEC are the ones to blame. Because the Nigerian people, the professors, the returning officers, the collation officers, they are not called INEC. INEC is not their name. They are Nigerians who are supposed to obey the law and do the right thing by the law. The same people are the ones collecting money from politicians and rigging election for them. The 4 governorship election in 4 states just concluded was a shame for our country. A big shame to our country. With the amount of rigging, amount of violence that went on from Kogi State to Bayelsa State to Imo State. And now we are producing leaders that we deserve. And that is why our country is the way it is today. Our country will never get better than the way it is until we, the people of Nigeria, are ready to be patriotic and to sacrifice something for our country. Because look, the country we are running to, the America, the Canada, the London, the Germany that we are running to, a country where the citizens, decided that there must be a country, and they pay the price for it. A price of not collecting money from politicians. A price from not allowing politicians to bribe them. There is no politician that can succeed in bribing without having people to collect from them. There is no politician that can survive, that can win election by rigging without players, citizens who help them to achieve those aims. Any politician who is coming to give you money to vote can never be a good leader. Any politician who is looking for your vote by giving you money definitely will not be a good leader in your country. Until Nigerian people get to a point where we stop collecting money from politicians, that is when we're going to have a nation. So whilst we're blaming government, whilst we're blaming the APC led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his people for the bad state of our economy, that we must blame the people too. Everyone in Nigeria at any point in time are looking to defraud the country. When you find yourself in a particular office, all you are doing is using the office to make money. It was so sad to me this morning that I heard that in most of the immigration offices in Nigeria, the officers, after you have registered online, will ask you to pay money before they capture you. If the Minister of Interior is not aware of this, I'm putting it out to him because I have evidences, 1, 2, 3 evidences of people who have gone to immigration office and they were asked to pay money. If they don't pay, their passport will not be out. The one they pay to government, go to government. They must pay also to immigration officers before they can be captured or before they can even come and get their passport. What a country are we running? We run a country, we have laws, people are disobeying the laws every day, and nothing's happening about it. Nobody is jailed for disobeying law. A country where there is no law and order, those countries don't survive and don't progress in life. If we must move from developing to a developed nation, a better nation, a striving nation, we must be a country of laws and order where people see what is wrong and condemn it. Our nation is a place where people see what is wrong and just look away. Our country is a place where everybody finds itself making money, a money-making venture. Our country is a place where people don't even see the importance of good governance. A country where we want good leaders, but we vote for bad ones. We want our leaders to do the best, to make our country better, but we'll put bad leaders in government and we'll expect them to do magic. And having a chance what magic. And that is why we're not seeing magic in our government and in our nation. If our nation must move forward, the citizens themselves must be ready to sacrifice 1,000, sacrifice that 5,000 for once. And that is when we can have a country. If not, our country will continue to move from bad to worse and worse to worse, as the case may be. So I'm calling on Nigerians. It's an appeal to both learned and unlearned, because even the learned are worse than the unlearned these days. The country is hard, but the solution is not continue taking money from politicians who you know are not going to do your country better. The country is worse, but the solution is not allowing the same politicians to do what is wrong and everybody's quiet. There is no nation on earth where its politicians will borrow money to buy 160 million worth of a cap for each senator and everybody's quiet. It can only happen in a country like Nigeria. And when these politicians return back to their home state, everybody begins to shout their name. We're not going to have a country where there is no checks and balances, where the people are not asking their politicians how they are governing them. My name is Fadri Odwada Joseph A.K. Father Joe, the leader of Rescue Movement for New Nigeria. I will continue to speak for Nigerian people. And someday, we're going to have a country where things will be better. A country where Nigerians will stop running abroad. A country where that naira will come back to 100 naira to $1. A country where there will be food in surplus. A country where there will be employment for all the youth. A country where we will not have to travel abroad for medical needs. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. May God bless you. May God bless me. Thank you.